Hey guys, yes, I have mouse ears. I lost my predictions to Mr. J. Finally, he got her done, so now I have a couple stupid buns on my head. Got me 3-2 in the predictions that we had different. So he got me. So yeah, got girly little mouse ears on my head. There you go.
Pick enough road teams, eventually you're going to get it.
Hey, you got, especially in the second half of the day, you did real good.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
we'll start off with how we always do, which is the Colts and just how fucking good did we look. Of course, it was the Raiders, but I put in there domination. I mean, I couldn't think of another word to put in there besides just domination the whole way through.
That's what it was.
Hmm.
That's what it was. That first drive was methodical from the Raiders. I thought we were kind of in trouble,
We're in
but
trouble, yeah.
yeah, it was like 10-minute drive, and luckily they only got three.
Yep.
But
I feel
yeah,
like I feel like that was a demoralizer too. As soon as they got
yeah,
three, I immediately
hmm
thought, "Oh no," because
yeah.
they
When
should
you
have
have
got a
a
touchdown.
14 plays or 16 plays, 10
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah.
just ran it right up our ass and were slow about it. And it's like, oh, well, this could be rough. So
Jainty
I'm
looked great. Yeah,
glad it went the way it went. But man, it was, wow, very impressive.
yeah. I had some notes. I thought, yeah, Raiders' first drive all the way to the like 3-ish 4 yard line. I thought for sure we were, man, we're getting up seven right here. That blocked punt, I thought special teams played a huge factor. A punter
Mhm.
and a kicker get hurt in this game.
Yeah.
Some
Ouch.
people immediately started to say they did that on purpose because we hurt their guy. I don't know if they really
Yeah.
did that. It was they were both great opportunities for blocks. Obviously, we got the
Mhm.
block.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those things. Not only do you have to worry about a foul, but you do have the chance of hurting someone when you're trying to
Yeah.
dive. It's not like you can. Oh, the ball's gone. I better scoot out of the air here. You're
Yeah.
hitting them.
Yeah, you're diving at the feet, ankles, knees. They're all at risk, and it. I'm not going to call it dirty, but maybe he didn't have to flop. Yeah, it sucks because
Yeah.
man Schrader was having such a good start to the year. It sucks for him, but I know he'll be back. He'll be back next season, ready to go. Plus, we got Badgley. He's been here before. He's familiar with the system. We just picked him up today. That was
I
okay.
thought I thought Young Wei Koo was coming, bud.
I
I
was
did.
thinking, yeah, I was like,
I
oh
would have
man,
been
are we gonna
so
do it?
excited.
But
I
I
even
would have been
thought,
excited, but he's kind of gone down a little bit
yeah,
downhill recently. Down
yeah.
there in Atlanta, but maybe a
I
change of scenery would have done him okay. But
I
I'm happy with
worried.
Badgley.
I worried that Blankenship might get a call.
Oh no, he's been out way
He's
too long.
apparently he's doing a video montage of the biggest kicks in history, and he's recreating them as a YouTube type person and trying to show his leg off and that he still got it and everything. Um,
He
I
was a
like
fan
Blankenship.
favorite, but oh my goodness, yeah, he
Yeah,
was. I would probably have been upset if they would have given him a shot.
yeah, for sure. I let's see, what else did I have here? Latu's interception again. I thought that was pretty awesome. A lot of batted passes are turning into picks. I feel like that's something you would see a few times a year. And now you see them, I think, a few times a week. Linemen are really good at getting their hands up. And I just think the quarterback's passing lanes are a lot smaller than they used to be. Like that makes it where Kyler Murray's and all that, it does matter if you're a 6 foot quarterback or not. I think that does matter.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start getting the tall boys again. They're gonna have to start making comebacks here because
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Gino with two more interceptions. I mean, that's nine so
Yeah.
far already. He cannot be much longer in the starting lineup before they
Yeah.
they maybe look elsewhere.
Yeah. I get it. I saw some stuff, Pete Carroll defending Gino or people. I don't know how true it is. A lot of times now we see a lot of misinformation and
You
all
can't
that.
trust anything.
But if there was a case where the locker room is turning on Gino or blaming him, Pete Carroll sticking up for him, I mean, you're having like an entire roster meltdown if that's what's happening. Like an entire influx in the locker room.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's one of those guys though. He's always going to defend his players no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy could come off the field and punch him right in the damn face, and he'd probably be like, "Yeah, he's all right, guy. He's playing good for us. So we're going to keep him in there for a little bit longer."
He's got good character. You can't be measured off of one bad thing.
Yeah, can't be measured off one bad game. Well, fuck, he's had 5, so
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. I guess where they end up going. But I mean, when you got Cincinnati, I mean, hell, they're making a move for Joe Flacco. They're tired of seeing Browning shit, So I know the Raiders are tired of seeing Geno shit.
We'll get there later, but yeah, it's not even his fault. I mean, I saw a post, a meme that said that it is absolutely elder abuse to put Joe Flacco behind that offensive line. So,
yeah, he's definitely going to be dead soon. I mean, that could be a felony.
He can't be thrilled.
Oh, I bet he is.
I mean, he was benched. I guess now he knows he's going to get another opportunity before he's done. But
yeah, well, they could tell Rex Ryan though. Now Shedeur Sanders is officially the number 2 quarterback.
Hey, is he allowed to talk now?
He might be allowed to talk now.
Woo-hoo!
He's in the room.
He's in the room.
Yeah. And how about AR's one completion was to himself?
How awesome is that though? That's like proof that he is just an athlete. I really wish they had a few packages. Can we Taysom Hill AR already? Can we just try?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do anything like that. Like, I mean, if you could have a package or a couple plays, but you only want to do that like if Danny is having trouble moving the ball or something. You could look for a spark. If he's rolling like he's rolling now, and you do something like that, I always have that fear of it's going to mess with their confidence, and it's going to you got the hot hand, or you're rolling, and it's going to just put a stick in the spokes, man, and it could derail you pretty quick.
I don't want the package of plays. I don't want AR to take Daniel Jones off the field. I want them both on the field. That's what I think will be the unique thing. Because if you throw the ball to him and it's behind the line of scrimmage, AR could bomb a 60-yarder, right? You can get really creative as long as AR has some hands. And since he caught his own pass, we're going to go out on a limb here and say he has decent enough hands. He's not even wearing gloves. He's got naked hands catching his own pass. So for me, you put him out there on a gadget play as like a fullback or a tight end, and you still have Daniel Jones out there. And then you're going to run a play where you fake it one way and you flip it to him. And because it's like a lateral, he could be in the throwing formation, or he could take off running. Just throwing those wrinkles. Like, let's be a little more Detroit Lions. He can line up at tackle, and we can make him a designated receiver, Penei Sewell type bullshit. Like, we can do kinds of wild stuff. Like, we don't need to take Daniel Jones off the field. He's playing far too well to take him off the field.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I would be worried about is like if they were to do something like that. But I mean, I get it. If they're having trouble moving the ball or something like that, you would want like some sort of trickery that can maybe spark something. But Danny is just playing too damn good.
Yeah. Speaking of playing time, Adonai Mitchell got kind of iced. Dulin got a lot of his opportunities this week.
Yeah, and I liked what I saw from Dulin. I mean, he only had a couple catches, but he led the team in yards. But he's been one of those little lower totem pole guys, but you can't help but root for the bastard.
Yeah,
I love Ashton Dulin. I mean, he's been here his whole career. We've kind of watched him. He's been a return guy, 4th or 5th wide receiver most of the time. But to see him out there with the starting offense and to get a shot, I'm kind of happy that AD fucked up a little bit. That means Ashton gets a little bit more PT. So yeah, I'm down for it. I say get doing some more targets, man. He's doing awesome.
That's how it works. I mean, I understand it. I was hoping, we talked about it last week, dial up some plays in the script. Get Adonai a big touchdown early and kind of erase the BS stuff from the week before. I don't want it to linger, and I don't want him to be down in the dumps. But Dulin looked great. It's one of those things where you don't have to force anything to anyone. We have a lot of good players on our team. So it was nice to see. Dulin looked electric. Open. He was just
Yeah,
open.
I would like AD to kind of sit back and watch Doolin do it because
Yeah,
he's a veteran. He's been here a long time, and he's like, you know what? You may only get 2 catches a game, but what are you doing with them?
yeah,
You know, he had the most receiving yards, you know, and he had the least amount of catches, but
yeah,
he still came down with 55 yards.
yeah.
I would say, you know, dude, step back and look. You're still young. He's got a bright future. AD is going to be fine,
Hmm.
but he just needs to kind of watch and not get so emotional at times.
Right. I agree. I thought we trolled him pretty good. Amir Abdullah got a touchdown.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was like,
like,
oh
I didn't
shit,
even
Taylor
know.
again.
I was like,
I
Amir
didn't
Abdullah.
know.
I had no idea he was on our team.
Yeah, like I know, what's his name was that? Goodson was out. So, but I mean, was Abdullah on our practice squad or something? Is that where
I
he's
think he
been?
must have got picked up when we did the cuts and we let that Bears running back go, which I was Herbert, Khalil Herbert.
Khalil
I was
Herbert. Yeah,
disappointed that we let him go. I was hoping we might
yeah,
hold on to him, but yeah, I think we might have put Amir Abdullah on the practice squad.
yeah.
So
Well, it
I
was
mean, it
good to
was kind
see him get a tud against the Raiders.
of and Makai Blackman and I think his name's Lamon. They really stepped up and looked really good at corner. Makai obviously jumped that pick that sent Gino into a little bit of a tantrum,
Oh,
but
he was pissed.
I feel like I have seen some receivers give up on routes and stuff, and I feel like there's times that maybe the Raiders guys give up on a route a little bit last second. But that one, I think Makai Blackman, he just plain jumped the ball. He saw it coming. He was saying on the one guy, the one receiver, I think it might have been Myers, and he saw it, and he left Myers, jumped right in front of the ball, and took it. So I mean, it was
Yeah,
just a really good read, and I guess if Gino's mad, it's like, man, you're just a little bit predictable. He
a little
saw it
bit. Yeah.
coming.
My only complaint about Blackman is like, man, he has got to get his feet under control.
His
I mean, he
feet.
tripped again and had a wide open receiver again. It's like, man,
Yeah,
you're talented. I love having him on the field. He's proven to be pretty good, but you got to keep your feet, man. You can't give up big plays like that.
yeah. I take back what I said a few weeks ago about the Raiders and their potential. They stink.
Yeah, they're horrible.
They
They
stink.
it's bad. I would like to see them like I know they're without Bowers and he's out hurt, you know, and they missed him big
Yeah,
time.
they did. But
But
Max
I
Crosby did
mean,
not do anything. They kind
yeah,
of
I mean
stink.
we
Like that
we
means
kept
there's no one
him
helping him.
yeah, we kept him blocked up pretty well. But I mean, at the same time, I know they got down really really fast there in the especially in the third and fourth. But for Janty to only have 14 carries, he was averaging almost 5 yards a carry.
Hmm.
He was running it pretty well, and they were run blocking pretty well.
That
But
focal point, that first drive, you could tell they're like, we're gonna use JT about every 2 or 3 plays, and then it
yeah,
kind of just went away from it.
they just went away from it. So I don't know what their OC's doing out there. But yeah, I would like to see them get Jacoby Myers involved a little bit more. Like I know
Yeah,
Trey Tucker's the speed guy,
yeah,
and the Raiders have always been about the having the fastest people on the field. But you know, Jacoby has been one of their go-to guys for the last few years, and he really hasn't been involved in much this year. So
I think
maybe
he
they
was
can get him
hoping.
rolling.
I think he was hoping that he would get traded like Adams did to like the Rams. I think Myers was like, wait a minute, I can do that. I can just request a trade and I can go to a
Hey,
Super Bowl contender.
I would give them AD for him right now in a heartbeat. I
Oh
would
no,
take
no,
Jacoby Myers, man.
no,
Oh
no.
yeah, he's good.
I would not. I would not. And I'm not saying that Myers isn't better than him right now. He is definitely better. But I think we've already seen the best of Myers. Could he put us over the hump? The problem would be, well, is he taking some of Pierce's time? That's another factor. Alec Pierce was out again last week. So there was snaps to be had, and we gave them to Doolin. So when you bring in a guy like a Myers, now Doolin will never play, and he was really nice last week. So
Yeah.
you almost make it too deep, and obviously you can never be too talented in your roster, but he wouldn't play as much as he would want. And who knows if he's requesting to be traded from the Raiders, you don't want to bring in anyone outside right now to mess up the juju we got going on because the Colts are
No, yeah, I don't want to, but I was just
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
say, to have somebody like Myers on
he's
your
good.
team, especially if you have a need at wide receiver, which
Yes.
we're pretty well stacked at
They
receiver.
should be calling the Vegas Raiders for Myers. There's at least
Absolutely.
5 or 10 teams that feel like they're receiver away. Denver, there's teams out there that could bring in a Myers and they'd have a third or fourth guy that they feels reliable. There's teams that should call for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
So, all right, well, I think that pretty much covers the Colts. I mean, it was bad. The only other thing I noticed, we got 4 sacks, so they got 0 with Max Crosby. I just thought that was unbelievable. And then we were 6 for 6 in the red zone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Would have been a little bit more too, but we had to go for 2 every damn time.
the one thing I will,
So,
yeah,
and what about that 2-point conversion where they threw a pass interference on Warren? Where
yeah,
was it?
we'll
Like
get to
he
that because I'm
he
starting to
barely pushed.
wonder what is a pick play.
It wasn't even a
We'll
pick
get to
play.
that.
Like he went out and then kind of just had his like hand on the shoulder pad and then
Yeah,
moved to the right
yeah, he
and
just
caught
barely
it.
pushed him.
It's like
Yeah,
I've seen way worse than that.
because I
You
saw a pick
know?
play get picked up
Yeah,
in the Monday night game. So I don't
yeah,
know. I'm
horrible.
like, one guy is just creating space with his shoulder, and the other guy is running into someone so that they can't guard a guy. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah, whatever.
So yeah, hey, Colts are rolling. For anybody that's like, oh, the Colts ain't played nobody, it is important that you kick the asses of the teams that are not good. We beat the
Yep.
Broncos, who just beat the Eagles. We'll get to that. We have crushed the other 3 teams that we have wins against, and we barely lost to the Rams on mistakes that we can correct. Now we're going to be playing Arizona this week. We'll see how we play. We're beating the crap out of teams. So, yeah, it does mean something. I understand the schedule has been that hard, but blowouts, they look real good too.
Yep. Absolutely. Keep it going. You can only beat the teams that are in front of you.
Absolutely. Where were we on at 9:30 this week? So I don't get it wrong. Was it London or no?
It was Godim London.
It was London. Okay.
London Governor.
All right. We had the Minnesota Vikings take on the Cleveland Browns. I got this one wrong. I almost got it right. Jason was sweating. He was like,
Oh, my
this
my
Dylan
butt
Gabriel
was
guy's doing
clenched.
pretty good.
Yeah, Gabriel looked all right. I was
I
like,
put
oh
on
man.
here,
I was like, buddy.
I put on here, but I thought was a little bit of a unsung thing, but it was incredible. I put on here, punted into a win, because the Minnesota Viking kicker, right? He kicked the ball, I believe, if I wrote it down here, he punted from his own 20, technically the 10, and it went all the way to the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It did bounce a couple times, but he bombed that ball at least 70 yards in the air, and then it rolled to the 2-yard line. That was a big momentum switch, because now the Browns are buried. If they're not buried, that could have changed the whole complexion of that finish. I was just like, damn, what a clutch punt. Pat McAfee must have been just sipping his drinks, just hooping and hollering over that, because that was awesome.
Oh, he definitely busted whatever he was sitting in. Yeah, he was probably a happy guy. But yeah, what a horse leg attached to that hoof.
Right.
That
To
was
kick
so
it
nice,
from the
man.
10. If you kick it from the 10 to the goal line would be 90, so -2, 88 yards.
88-yard punt.
Oh,
Nice. That's good to have in your back pocket.
So, we start the game off. Dude, Cam Akers did not have a single touch, run, catch, but he threw a freaking touchdown.
Yep. Yep. Where in the hell does that come from? That's like the part of the NFL, the parody that I like hate, where it's like, okay, Cam Akers, he was viable a couple years ago, and then he's kind of just faded off.
The injuries.
And then something like that happens, and it's just like, oh shit, he's still playing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's like, well, if you were desperate and you had to play a Carson Wentz, in your fantasy leagues or something, son of a bitch. It's kind of like the same thing with Goff and Montgomery. Montgomery throws a touchdown pass. It's like, that would have been nice to have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are you going to do?
It.
Hell of a ball. He threw a hell of a ball.
Yeah.
But
And like
it was
the
great.
guys on the commentary are like, oh yeah, he played a quarterback in high school, and it's like, you know what? Let me just help people understand in case they didn't really, high school guys, right? They usually all play quarterback because they're usually the best player on their freaking team.
Best player on the
They're
team.
either the
Yeah.
quarterback or they're the running back, and they
Hmm.
are the best player overall. They might even be playing on defense too. When they get to college, they pick their spot that they're best at or what they're getting, recruited at. They get moved, whatever the case. But when you're in high school, and so that, like Cam Akers, he was definitely always the absolute best player on his entire team. So yeah, he played quarterback. They all do.
It
They
was
all
still
do.
nice. It
But it was a
was
good ball.
still
Yeah.
good. It was a good NFL throw, man. He
Yep.
definitely aired it out. But yeah, Jordan Addison too. I mean, it took him forever,
Mm,
to kind of come around. I think he missed a team meeting or something, and
yeah.
O'Connell kind of spanked his butt there for the first quarter or so. But he ended up making the play of the game. That's one thing about the league that I do like is some guys get a shot at redemption. They're able to say, you know what, I fucked up, but
Yeah.
let me make it up
Where is
and
he?
put me
What
on
was
the
he
field. Just
suspended?
don't lose faith
Was
in
it?
me, and I'll make a
Was he
play.
suspended for PEDs? Okay. Yeah.
But
He's
then he
he.
earlier in the week, I guess he missed a team meeting or something there in London. So O'Connell was
Oh.
kind of like spanked his butt for a little bit and said, "Yep, we're going to keep you out for a minute." But he ended up coming back and making the game winning play.
Yeah. Honestly, the Vikings offense, they could be really tough. Obviously, they're going to have to figure out quarterback through the season and decide what they want to
Mhm.
do. I think they will go to McCarthy when he's healthy. Um, I think with Addison, it really presents like you got Hawkinson, you get Aaron Jones healthy, and the running backs that they've been having with Jordan Mason, they should be a really nice balanced offense. So it's like really comes down to the quarterback from Minnesota of
Yeah,
how that guy's playing in that game at that time because they have everything else they need offensively.
yeah.
Their offensive line is
Yeah, their line is okay.
okay.
But I would think right now, even if JJ's healthy, I mean, I don't see why you take Carson Wentz out of the starting lineup right now. He seems to be gelled with them pretty well. Um, they could have maybe should have won the game against Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
and they ended up coming back against Cleveland. So he's not doing anything to cost them really the games.
Yeah,
He's
that's
kind of
true.
doing some Carson Wentz stuff here a couple times every game, where he runs the wrong way or he holds the ball for too long,
Right.
takes a sack when he really shouldn't. But that's
He
just what
looks
you're going to get with
real.
him. But when he's still getting the ball to Jefferson.
Mhm,
Jefferson's still eating. Hawkinson is involved.
mhm.
Addison's involved. So I
Yeah.
think he's running their offense pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. He looks real awkward when he runs sometimes, and it looks like it's the
Hmm.
same as it looked when it was in Indianapolis. It just looks a little
Yeah.
like ah ah
Well, it's
ah,
like, oh god, oh
whoa,
god, oh
whoa,
god, oh god,
whoa.
what's he doing? Oh no, no.
It just looks real, just clunky. But you have to admit, right now, he probably is a better thrower of the football for them right now. McCarthy does present some mobility, and that can really help. But
Yeah,
he's going to get the ball to Addison and Jefferson and these guys a little more accurately.
yeah,
So they might stay Carson Wentz. I think that they will go back to McCarthy. Obviously, it probably matters what happens next their next
yeah,
game to see for sure. Because at 3-2, if they're 3-3, I think it's a McCarthy. But if they're 4-2, I think the next game might really decide what they're going to do.
yeah. I would say at least give Carson one more go.
Mhm.
And if JJ's 100%, go Connell. I'm not going to second guess anything O'Connell does because he's
Mhm.
he's fucking brilliant. He's great at what
Yeah.
he does. But at the same time, you kind of look at JJ's two games that we've been able to see him play in Chicago. The last quarter of the game, he looked like an all pro.
Mhm.
But then against the Falcons, he kind of shits the bed.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to maybe let him develop a little bit more, maybe observe,
Mhm.
Carson. And it's like, okay, I see what he's doing because Carson's a mobile guy. Maybe
Yeah.
not as mobile as he was, but
Yeah.
he still can move.
His nature is to be mobile.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So JJ's a mobile guy. He's really fast, and
Yes.
that's what he did at Michigan. So he's not, I don't think he's 100% ready yet, but it's going to be his team. But you may just say, you know what, we'll give your ankle another week, another
Mhm.
2 weeks, or something like that, just to make sure you are good. And we'll
Yeah.
let Carson get us to where as far as he can, and then when we feel like his magic is run up, we'll
Mhm.
put JJ back on the field.
Yep. I think there's a very real possibility. Because of the veteran and young guy, they might look at it and be like, "Well, let's the try with the veteran, and then if we start to lose, we'll try the young guy because we know if we're a playoff team and Wentz has got us there, or even if it was McCarthy, then that's awesome." But if they think for a second, well, what if we weren't making it? Well, then they're going to play McCarthy. So since they know they are more likely to play McCarthy at the end of the year if things don't go well, they're going to probably give just who they think's playing the best. And yeah, Wentz is throwing the ball well. I wonder if they want that mobility, that real speed, because McCarthy's actually really fast.
He's very fast, yeah.
So we'll see.
And let's not just suck on Viking Dick here all day. I mean,
Cleveland,
let's give Gabriel some credit, man. He came in first game. His parents couldn't go. He you're starting your first game in London. You're overseas. You're jet lagged
yeah,
and everything.
no
And he
mistakes.
came out and he played very well. He
Yeah,
didn't complete every pass, but two touchdown passes. He took 2 sacks,
yeah.
just shy of 200 yards passing. Didn't make
Ironically,
any really bad decisions. So,
I was most impressed by his first ever 2 minute drive. Got him a
yeah,
field goal before the half.
yeah.
I was just like, what?
Poise. He showed poise, man. He was like he's been granted, okay. He played 6 years in college. He went to college as long as a doctor does. But
Yeah.
hey, you can say, well, he was a surgeon on the field.
I love to
Let's
say
wrap
that.
it together.
He looked like a
Zinga!
surgeon out there.
That's right. I got analogies. That's the shit that you're gonna find here, bro. But they played it right. They schemed it right. I mean, they leaned on Judkins. They leaned on the run game, and he had a hell of a game too. He didn't get in the end zone, but he had 110 yards, doing pretty good. So that's what you want. You want to be able to give your rookie starting quarterback here a good running game to give him a little bit of confidence, and then sink the defense up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So give him easier throws, and then Njoku, what I tell you,
Tight end, man.
he tight end game, man.
It's coming
It's
in.
one of those where
National
he's
Tight
gonna
End Days.
find him.
National
Yeah,
Tight End Days coming. It's coming.
there you go. So there you go. I mean, he showed up, and Gabriel found him. So kudos to him. I think they're going to be fine. He may need some stilts, but he did fine. He
Yeah.
played really well. I was proud of him.
I thought they did really well. Yeah, the tight ends, they have that Fannin guy, so they can go double tight end. Of course,
Yeah.
Judkins, they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the dang ball. That defense
Yep.
is really good. It's just like, you know what? They could start putting together some wins here down the line if Gabriel continues to play that well. No mistakes, no turnovers, no interceptions, no real
Yep.
bad balls. When he missed correctly, I thought. I'm like, hey, I want to see Shadur Sanders just like some other people out there.
Everybody
But
does. Yeah,
yeah,
everybody
Dylan
does.
Gabriel, what a performance in London. Can't Got to give it to him.
Yeah. Can't give him any, no bad vibes at all. If he's as long as he's not losing you games, I think you keep him in there. And maybe 2025 is probably not going to be their year, but
Yeah.
it gives them at least the
Mhm.
roots of something that they can work with. And
Mhm.
maybe if they can show that they can progress a little bit, maybe Stefanski keeps his job for another year.
Maybe
But we'll see what happens.
the next game, I put sound the alarm. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really didn't expect Houston to beat the Ravens that much. I actually thought because of Houston's ineptness at offense that they would win the game more like a 27-14 kind of game. They beat their ass.
Beat the
Uh,
brakes off of them.
That was
Just
ugly.
so bad, man. But CJ Stroud, man.
Did you,
Man.
did you see his QBR?
143.9. Wow.
That was his quarterback rating, the traditional. His
Wow.
QBR out of 100,
Mm-hmm.
99.3.
99. Wow, man. That's it. That's what he needed, man. He needed something like this
What
to
get
kind of
right
get him
game?
out of the funk.
What a
Great
get
get
right
right
game.
game. 23 of 27. I mean, where's that been? At four tuds. I mean, they finally got the passing game going because again, it's not like they ran the ball like shit,
No.
but you were kind of expecting a little bit more of a rising from Woody.
Yes.
He was nowhere to be found.
He didn't play much. He only played
You
like
know,
30%. It
it
was like
was
Nick Chubb
it was Nick Chubb's backfield, man, and Xavier Hutchinson's breakout game. A whopping 18 yards receiving, but he had
for
two
three catches.
touchdowns.
For three catches
So
and two
three
tutties.
catches, yeah. So I mean, he was big, and CJ found Nico again, that Ohio State Michigan connection.
Oh, boo!
So yeah, well,
The connection.
I'll let it go for now.
Could that connection mend the rivalry? Could you guys ever
No,
come together?
no, no, it'll never happen. Columbus is always going to be a shithole, and Ohio State's always going to be terrible in my eyes. I'm at least big enough where I can respect their players, and I've actually gone on some messaging things here, and we've had discussions. It's like, look, I respect their quarterback; he's a good quarterback, and they have a really good team, but I still hate their guts.
Yeah, Houston 417 yards, Ravens 207. Penalties, 4 penalties on Houston. They've had penalties. 4 are there to the Ravens 9. First downs, 27 first downs to the Ravens 12. The minutes possession, 36 minutes for Houston to 23. A lot of times when you kick someone's ass, they sometimes end up having more time of the football than you because they're in garbage time for so long of the game. No, they just completely dominated. Ravens had 3 interceptions and 4 punts for 7 drives. They got their asses kicked.
Bad. I mean, bad. And at home, too. I mean, they look like, I hate to say it, man, but they look like they're giving up.
They're
They
cooked.
just look like they have no energy. They have no drive. They have no pride, even.
They have
And
guys out too. If that's
I know
Roquan
they got,
Smith,
they're
they got
injured.
Matabuke,
Yeah.
they got guys out. But
They've got a lot of injuries, but man, Detroit had a lot of injuries last year, and they still
yeah,
kicked ass all season. I mean,
that's a
they
good example.
they had a lot of Swiss cheese holes in their defense, but I mean they're unmotivated. I don't know what the hell is going on in Baltimore, but they cannot be this bad, and they're getting everybody's best shot because like right now everybody's looking at Baltimore. It's like we can actually kill these guys.
Yes.
We don't have to be afraid of Baltimore again.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry only ran 15 times. And I mean, maybe it was over early,
Yeah.
but I mean, Jesus H. Christ, if you're not for a team that their whole entire identity over the last 2 decades has been pounding the fucking football, and they're not doing it. They're not doing it, and you expect Cooper Rush to come in and run a goddamn air raid offense? It's not going to happen.
Nope. It's some people are going to lose some jobs in Baltimore. It's about to go.
Oh, and they need to. I mean, it needs to start with the defensive coordinator. I think he's probably going to be the first one on the
You
guillotine.
got to do that, and I hope it
You have
doesn't end up. I hope it don't end up costing John Harbaugh his job. But when you start, you're going to take some coordinators out. You're going to say, you know
Yeah.
what? Where's my linebacker coach at? Maybe he knows what the fuck to do because
Yeah.
this is
And it's
bad.
always those kind of lower end guys too, like you said, linebackers coach or DB coaches or somebody that can come up and it kind of lights a fire. You saw it with UCLA when they beat Penn State.
Yeah.
You get rid of your coach, somebody else moves up, the players have a good rapport with them,
Yeah.
and they get behind them, and then magic happens. So maybe that's what needs to happen there. You don't want anybody to lose their jobs, but I mean, they're not going to fire John Harbaugh. They're just not going to do that. But they do need to make drastic changes, and I mean ASAP.
Yep, I agree. Oof. I didn't really have anything else.
Yeah, that game was pretty well
Poor,
washed.
poor, poor Ravens. I
Poor
feel
Ravens.
bad that I said a couple weeks ago if they're 1-5 or 2-6. Holy crap! Did we call that or what? I mean, they're one and
Yeah.
four, and there is no reason to think they're going to win before their bye week and Lamar comes back. There's no
Yeah,
reason.
no, they could absolutely be 1-5 by the time he comes back. And I don't know if you want to put him in that. I mean, yeah, he gives you the best chance to win, but I mean, right now, do you really want your MVP guy to go out there and get slaughtered?
At one
I
and
don't think
five,
so.
I would be honest. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I would still have faith because I'm an MVP caliber player. At 1-5, I'd be like, we can absolutely only lose one or two more games the rest of the year, and we can get a playoff spot. And who knows what can
Yeah.
happen? We'd be one of the hottest teams in football. You know, we've seen teams have one of the worst defenses, and they figure it out and they win. The Colts did it the year that we won. We had the worst defense, and then they were the best in the playoffs. We've seen New England do it. We've seen Green Bay do it. They've had moments where they've had one of the worst defenses, and then suddenly they're taking the ball over in the playoffs, and it's like a totally different team, and you play the 3 or 4 best games of your careers. So for Lamar, he's quite the competitor. I think he's not going to let anyone bench him. I don't think they're going to let 5 weeks in or 6 games in. I think he's going to demand to play.
If anybody can pull them out of a hole, it's Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
He could single handedly do it. But if you have to do that for 2 months, you're gonna wear yourself out. And if they can get healthy at the right time, if they can get everything straightened out, they could make a push. But right now, man, it looks bleak.
Bad. It looks really bad.
Yeah.
All right. The next game we got Dolphins Panthers, and I put on here no more excuses.
None.
The Panthers
None.
were
The
down
battle.
17-0, and they come back to win this game.
Out.
And I'm like, for Miami, I'm like, no, you guys
Mm-hmm.
have to win that game. You played
Have
well
to.
the week before. You're up 17-0, no Tyreek Hill. The Panthers love getting blown out. My God, they wake up every day expecting a blowout. For you to
Oh,
let
blown
them
out.
come back and win. Oh,
Yeah.
and they started off so damn bad. Bryce's fumble.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he handed the ball. These fumbles aren't like, oh, you got the ball, oh, sack. It's more like, oh no, and he's like running and he bumps into him, and then he's like, oh, whoopsie, I dropped it. Like, I can't believe the Dolphins blew that game, and I'll say why. But you give me
Yeah.
some of your take on this.
Yeah. Tua, this is probably the best he's looked.
He looked great.
I mean, he had a great game. He had 3 touchdown passes. His rating was 122, 27 of 36, 256. No turnovers from Tua.
None. He looked
And he
fantastic.
looked good, so good. But it's still their Achilles heel has been their run game and lack thereof.
Did you see
14 rush attempts.
Did
14.
Did you see the yards difference?
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, what Rico Dowdle, is that what it was? Rico Dowdle, right?
Dowdle.
200 yards rushing on his own.
The team rushing
Oh
was
my God.
19 to 239 to a team down 17-0.
Yeah, insane. Miami's defense lets them down again.
And you couldn't run the ball for more than 19 when you're up 17-0?
Yeah, I mean
McDaniel just
you gotta.
cost him the job. McDaniel's just got
Yeah,
fired.
you gotta put it on him too for making horrible play calls. But I mean, granted, he was calling pass plays, and Tua was running them almost
He was
perfectly.
on fire.
They were doing great passing the ball. But at the same time, you got to look at maybe, giving Achane, instead of 10 carries, give him 16 or 18. Tua shouldn't be running the ball at all. Let's just put that out there. Tua doesn't need to be running. Ollie Gordon only has 3 attempts.
Running the ball. Run the damn ball.
Yeah, run the damn ball. Especially when you lose Tyreek for the year. You got to do something.
Be balanced.
Yeah, and I figured with Tyreek being out, Jalen Waddle would eat, and he did.
Yeah.
But you got Darren Waller coming out of retirement, and then he's been massive.
Great. He looks
You
great.
know, Achan had 6 catches, but you don't always want to just throw him the ball all the time. You got to get a ground game going to
And
take the time off the clock.
if you're going to
And
throw the ball to him and treat him like a third down back, then you need to go make Ollie Gordon your first and second down back. You need to
you got to
balance
do
your running
something.
game.
You got to do something, or do something else, because Mike McDaniels, if he's the play caller, he needs to hand the duties over to somebody else, because he's not calling a great game. Like, Tua's doing great with the plays that are being called,
Yeah.
but the plays that are being called are the problem.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he just does not trust that O line. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we haven't seen enough of a rushing attack to even judge them.
Yeah.
So maybe don't make Tua throw the goddamn ball 40 times.
Yeah.
You know, and start trying to pound the rock. Even if you're only getting 2 or 3 yards of carry, you got to have a sustained ground game.
Yeah. I thought we had that one in the bag. Carolina just Dowdle just shocked me. The Achane touchdown when they got up 17, that touchdown was so good. And it's like, okay, hear me out. Tyreek Hill's out. Achane should probably play a little bit of slot, and you need to grow Ollie Gordon.
Why not?
Because if you're not going to run the ball with Achane, then you probably should start treating him more like a Debo. And you probably want to start to groom a couple running backs. You have Ollie Gordon out there, and they have another running back, like third string, that I really liked out of college. I can't remember his name right now. But they need to, is it Wright or something, Jalen Wright or something like that? They have another running back. They need to start running the damn ball. It just pissed me
do
off.
something.
They lost that game just being inept, being just poorly run. Literally poorly run. Running the problem, poorly run.
That's poorly run and running poorly. So there you go. So yeah, that's going to be a problem. And I think you're onto something there. I mean, you're 1-4. Split Achane out. I mean, if you're going to throw him 8 or 9 balls every game anyway, make him a goddamn receiver. You know what? Just do it.
Slot him up.
Do it.
The catch he made was a receiver catch. That wasn't a running back catch. That turn his body catch and get his feet down, that wasn't a running back catch. That was a fucking receiver.
No, damn right. He's got the hands. Put him out. What do you got to lose besides your job, which is probably going to happen anyway?
It's time so why to not see some running.
Put a wrinkle out there on the field. Make the other team go, oh shit, what's this? Mm-hmm. You know. And then, are you going to hand it to Gordon, or are you going to hit a bubble screen or something to Achane? You know, do something different. Mike McDaniels, be fucking better, man, or you're gone. Maybe that's what he wants.
I can't remember the last time I saw a team be down 17-0 and run the ball up someone's ass and come back and win the game. That is so
on the Panthers
and a team like Carolina to do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
After they just got fucking steamrolled by the Pats? I mean, shit. They should have demoralized them. They should at 17-0. Carolina has no reason to have their heads in the game at that point.
No. So here on the J&K show, I'm just going to say it. If you are trying to make bets involving the Carolina Panthers, you've probably lost your ass. Stop doing that.
Just don't.
There's completely unexpected. You can't plan for anything. Everything is total crapshoot, down, ass kicking. It's completely just don't do it. Do not bet another thing on the Carolina Panthers for the whole year. Do not do it.
Nope. Don't. Save your money.
Yep. The next game. I put on here, I got this one right. I told you I did get this one right. I put I do have the handlebar mouse ears up here.
Yeah, you do. I'm about to grab them.
I put just too messy. Dart's second start, it was just too clunky. You could tell he's going to need some time to get himself comfortable. I thought Bellinger's catch, I don't think it was a catch, but they gave it to him on like the 2-yard line. I don't think that was a catch.
Yeah, it was close, but
it was close.
I don't know if they would have taken it away from him, but it was iffy. If it was Indy, it probably would have been called an incomplete pass. But you know, Dart showed that he was a rookie. You know, but damn, is he fun to watch play.
Yeah.
It's one of
Yeah.
those. It's almost like I don't want to make that comparison, but it's almost kind of like Vic in his rookie year. You're almost like he could pull down and run. He
Mhm.
could throw a bullet down the field. He could throw a really errant pass,
Mhm.
or he could throw for 6 touchdowns. I mean, you just never know.
Yeah.
But he's making the Giants at least watchable.
Mhm.
When Russell was in there, it's just like I can't watch this shit. Unless they're playing Dallas,
Yeah.
then it's like I can't. I really don't want to watch this. And it looked like the Giants players didn't even want to watch. It's like the linemen were just like, they get the cadence, snap the ball, and just go, ah, I don't want to see what Russell's going to do to fuck this game up for us. But, what
Yeah.
about my favorite part of this game was when Scattaboo flatlined Demario Davis, man.
Was it Davis or I
Oh,
thought it was Granderson?
no,
Was it,
well,
it was
maybe it
96
was
or
Davis that said
56?
something. Maybe it was Demario Davis that said something about it. You're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, Demario Davis
But
said
yeah,
something about
flatline.
Bo. I seen that. I thought it was 96, which we talked about.
It
He
could have
kept
been.
getting into coverage. He's a pass rusher. And I just saw
Mhm.
him steamroll a guy, and I was like, what?
Wow,
What? On a
that
block.
kid, man, he is a maniac. I'm telling you, man, he is the NFL's Braun Breaker, dude. He's just a million miles an hour. He will make that ring
He's just
shake,
like,
and he will spear you into next week, man. So that team, dude, that team is going to be fun to watch.
yes, I
They
agree.
may not win very many games, but they are going to be exciting.
I was happy for the Saints. The lead they got in this game was the first lead they had gotten since the first half of Week 1, and I was like,
Yeah.
hey, if they lose this game, hey, they're making small improvements. And I'll be honest, I've been hating on him, but the quarterback looked really good.
Spencer Rattler, man,
Rattler looks pretty good.
he's not a piece of shit.
I think
He
he is a
definitely
piece of
not.
shit, but he's not a
Well,
bad quarterback.
yeah, he may be a douche in
He's
real
a
life. I
douche.
don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he's kind of like an Alex Smith esque. I mean, he manages things well,
Hmm.
and he doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes, and he's not
No,
making bad throws.
that
Plus, he can
Shaheed
run.
bomb.
So yeah,
Oof.
yeah, and he's getting more accurate. So I think they may have their guy.
if if he can throw the bomb, if he can get a home run ball in his arsenal, dang, they have something, a little something to build on. I can't,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't knock what I saw this week. Kudos to Rattler. I mean, that was
yeah.
nice. That was really nice.
Kellen Moore's working with him, and it's showing now. He just needs to give him a little bit more,
Hmm.
options down the field a little bit. But I mean, they're still working on it.
Yeah.
Olave, him and Olave have a pretty good connection too.
Hmm.
So uh,
Yep.
they're only going to get better, man. So watch out.
And they got the
They may
Swiss.
win 3 games.
They got the Swiss Army knife back. Taysom Hill. He's back.
Uh,
Uh,
Taysom Hill.
the turnovers caught up to him. I think with the Giants, they had 5 turnovers. You had Dart
Can't
had a
do that.
fumble. Slayton had a fumble. I think there was a couple picks in the game. Scatabo had a fumble late. You've seen on the sideline talking about I need new gloves, and it's like people were kind of, oh bullshit, you don't need gloves, and it's like maybe he did. I mean, just he's been so awesome. How about everyone just shut up? Like, oh, you don't like to hear that from
Yeah,
a
leave him
rookie?
alone.
Give me
Yeah,
a
shit's
break.
gonna happen. He
But
may be a maniac, but he's still a rookie.
you don't want Dart thrown 40 times. I think you want to stay under
No.
40, especially his mobility. He had another 5 or 10 runs for like 50 yards. So it's like
Yeah.
40 times is too many. If your quarterback's going to run, if you got Scatabo, you should be under 40 every game. So I think they just got into a situation where they had to throw a little more third and longs, and they just kind of were not in sync. They were not in enough of a rhythm. It'll come and go. He'll be all right. I think we've compared before. He's going to be McCarthy-esque. McCarthy can look really amazing one week and then have a little bit of a growing pain the next. So I think he's in around that same boat. I would point out Dart, it's his second game starting. McCarthy was on a team last year. I honestly think they're about neck and neck when you just look at the way Dart performs. McCarthy, even with a year, they seem pretty close in skill and talent wise. So that's saying something for Dart that he could look the way he's looked in just 2 games without a year of sitting and being injured and watching. So he's all right. He's doing fine. He just a bad game.
He'll be there. It's just learning experience. Not every game is going to be as good as it was against the Chargers last week. So there's going to be hardships. Defense, they got tape on him, so they're gonna be able to play him a little bit better and just kind of take his mobility seriously now. So I think they're both going to be fine, but. Again, the Giants, man, it's gonna be one of those teams you're going to want to watch them. You don't have a problem if they're on Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football or Thursday night.
Go ahead and flex them.
Go ahead and flex them, because it's going to be fun to watch. They may get decimated, but
I'll watch Giants Cowboys on a Sunday night again. That game was so good.
Yeah.
Even with Russell Wilson, I don't care. It was so good.
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit. I don't want to watch Russell Wilson.
I don't want Russell Wilson. I'm just pointing out how awesome that game was, even though Russell Wilson was the quarterback. Imagine how much more interesting it would be with Dart. You might get more of a 24-24 game-ending type of thing instead of a 40-40. But you know what, Cowboys? Segue into the next one. The Cowboys' defense is still a little bit, but they were a lot better this week.
A little bit sus. Yeah, they were a lot better this week. Yeah. Granted, they were playing the Jets, who have probably one of the bottom 5 offensive lines this year. But damn, they sacked Justin Fields 5 times. So,
and
we've gone back and forth with people saying, don't shit on Justin Fields. It's like, I'm not shitting on Justin Fields, but what the hell can you do? Yeah. That line is awful. And we've seen him make plays. He has been good enough to win games.
Yes.
But that line is just god awful. And the defense is shit. And you would think with Aaron Glenn, the defense would probably be a focal point. And they weren't this bad when Saleh was there. So, what gives? Like, pretty much most of the guys who are there now are with Saleh, and it's the same group. It's just a different scheme. But they have no forced turnovers.
Yeah.
None.
They can't get the ball away from anybody.
Yeah. And they're on the field way too long, getting wore out. Can't let the offense get into any sort of rhythm whatsoever. You look like you're going through a midlife fucking crisis, bud. What the hell?
Go ahead. It's stuck in there. Damn it.
Oh, my.
Here on the J&K show, we suck sometimes, but that's all right. My notice, I thought, was 30-3 to start the game. The Dallas rolled them pretty good. It wound up a lot closer looking. I put on here, Cowboys win with balance. I think that's the biggest reason why their offense finally looks pretty good. Even with
and then maybe Miami or New York can take a lesson from Dallas. As bad as they looked the first couple of weeks, they looked fucking balanced, man. They're running the ball, and they're running the ball well, which is opening things up for Dak. And Dak, he's having pretty much an MVP caliber season, like he had a couple years ago when he finished second. Yeah. But, man, he looks impressive. He's definitely making chicken salad out of chicken shit sometimes. But, where in the hell did Ryan Flournoy come from?
He looked fantastic.
Holy shit. Where's he been?
He looked great. It's like he would play because Turpin was out.
Turpin was out, yeah. Well, I don't think Turpin's going to get many wide receiver snaps this week, but, oh, man. He had
fine, but yeah, they went to Fournette like he was. They were like so excited to have him out there. They were just like, "Oh man, we got so many plays for this guy. Let's go!
Finally, get him the ball. Let's get him the ball." But yeah, him and Ferguson, man, they were unstoppable. So yeah, if you're Dallas, you're like CD who?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's like, damn, he came out of nowhere.
And I think the balance is like, so they got running game now. Dak will take off and run himself on occasion if he needs to. They are throwing to their tight ends. Jake Ferguson looks great. I just feel like they're not the CeeDee Lamb thing, it might turn into a blessing. And I
Yeah.
say that because they're getting other opportunities from other guys. And now when CeeDee's back, the whole team is going to be ready and in rhythm to go. And then you just got to get Dak and CeeDee back on the same page, which they were actually a little
It
bit
won't take
off.
long.
They were a little off. CeeDee had some drop passes. People were killing them. They lost the game on it and blah, blah, blah. This kind of situation, it's like, man, they're going to get everything fine-tuned offensively. See, then your best receiver comes back. Now you're just ready to roll. So you need to use this time to fix that defense because I think the offense is ready to get you in position for something.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're Jerry Jones, stop flipping the crowd off and make you a move to get a good pass rusher, man. Go
Leave
get
him
you a Max
alone.
Crosby. Go get somebody.
Leave him
It was
alone.
hilarious.
He's going senile. It's fine.
Yeah, well, he's also, which I understand is pocket change for him, but they also got a $250,000 fine out of that too. So
Did he really?
yeah, they fined him $250,000.
$250,000 for flipping off fans?
Yeah, which he
Well, you gotta
probably
flip it.
just made that this morning.
I'm surprised you didn't
But
just trade another player away instead.
yeah, I'm saying, man, if you're getting fined $250,000 for a bird, just whip your dick out.
Beep. Oh,
Just
sorry.
get it over with. Yeah, do something. But when I was looking over the stuff for this game, I mean, one thing kind of stood out to me, and that was this right here. Justin Fields, 32 of 46. Why is Justin Fields throwing the ball 46 fucking times?
well, the one game he threw it like 12 times and got hurt in the fourth, and I was pissed about that because then Tyrod threw it 12 times in just his little cleanup fucking 12-minute run in the fourth. But 46 is too many. It was garbage time. I don't think that he would have normally done that. It was
Maybe not.
They got their asses kicked.
Maybe not, but I want to see more Justin Fields designed runs.
Yeah.
That's where he makes his impact. Not just, improvising on the runs, but design a thing for him to roll out or give him a delay up the middle or something. Because that's where he will kill you. If you start fearing his legs, then he can pick you apart with his arm. He's good enough. So I think I would like to see him have a few more design runs called for him instead of, I wouldn't have a problem with him throwing 25 or 30 times a game. But Fields has made his bread and butter has been runs.
I agree. Yeah, that's where he kills you. I thought that the Javonte draw play was like the dagger because you're not. I think it was right before the half or something. They're not even like they're just trying to see if they can get something, and he takes it like 50 freaking yards down there, and it's just like, oh, you just let him have points. They're running the draw play because they're really like not sure that they want to try.
Yeah,
they just want to see if you'll fuck up. Yeah, that's what you did. You fucked up.
Yeah, and you did good at it.
Yeah. The Jets, they had the one fumble there, and yeah, like you said, 5 sacks. It was not close. You picked, I believe, the Jets, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought that maybe they would, because I just had a feeling like some of the winless teams were gonna find a way to do it this week, and they did. And the Jets are the only winless team now. So, and then there's no undefeated teams anymore. So,
do you think that makes them the worst team in football, or you kind of just don't think so still?
Right now, I have a hard time putting anybody below them. Their defense, as feared as they've been for the last 5 years, nobody's afraid of them. Yeah. You can move the ball on them, and you really aren't scared of their offense at all either. So
the Miami loss,
they got to figure something out.
The Miami loss hurts them because then Miami just lost to Carolina. We've seen the Saints, the Giants. You look at the teams at 1-4, and you're just like, we have an argument to say why they're better than the Jets.
Yeah.
So
who do you think would win if the Jets and the Raiders played? Who do you think would win?
I'm honestly starting to wonder. I have seen so little from the Raiders.
Those are my 2 bottom teams right now.
Yeah. I probably have to agree with that because other teams have shown something. Really, when you look at the Jets and the Raiders, they're kind of similar. All you can really say positive is you see potential somewhere, but you're not actually seeing it on the field. It's like a paper thing. You're like, I mean, look at but on the field, you're just like, oh man, they're getting their ass kicked.
Yeah. Well, the Raiders can't hold on to the ball, and the Jets can't turn anybody over. So
Correct.
something would have to give. I mean, I don't know,
So
but
if you
yeah.
put them together, we could either have the Rets or the Jaders.
No, don't call the Jaders because I don't want to have any sort of involvement with that at all.
Okay.
Don't you do that to my name.
Okay, sorry about that. The next game, holy shit, the Philadelphia Eagles lost.
Yeah.
I put on here something or nothing because I wanted to touch on it. They were up 17-3 and they were up 10-3 at half. They went on a drive to start the third and they're up 17-3. They look like they are in complete control. Denver's who we thought they were, this and that. I put something or nothing because this game, we announced that this game was the AJ Brown game, and it actually wasn't. It was the Devontae Smith game. And I'm asking, is it something or is it nothing? Because right now, AJ Brown has 19 catches, Devontae Smith has 25. So he went into the day with more catches, and now there's a bigger gap after yesterday or Sunday. It was 8-5 in the game, and the very last play, and I'll put it down here. You can't help but wonder what AJ Brown was thinking when Devontae Smith was right in front of him.
Yeah, and
You
it's easy.
wonder.
It's so easy to look at that and be like, AJ Brown sabotaged it. It's really easy to look at it and just be like,
Well,
it's hard because you see his hands hit Devontae Smith's hands. AJ Brown wrapped him up and he didn't let go. He didn't let go. Devontae was still trying to reach for the ball, but AJ was just like, nah, dude, you ain't getting it. If I ain't getting it, nobody is.
I,
And I mean, I'm not sitting here saying
yeah.
he did it on purpose, but I'm just saying, how like Philly fans can be. They're all like if you look at that and you watch it, especially in slow mo, AJ Brown, I don't think is making a play on the ball. He's going up there. Devontae gets his mitts on it, man. And he almost makes a dynamite catch, but AJ Brown just he knocked it out of his hands, and he did not let go. So I can see why somebody would make that connection. I personally don't feel like he did it on purpose. But I mean, if you're Philly right now, I think you have to move AJ Brown. You have to. I think you have to. I think it's going to be a distraction. You don't want that in the locker room. You know what I mean? It's going to become too much. And if it's not there, then it's not there. I mean, you saw Jalen tried to hit him on a deep ball, and it looked like A.J. Brown gave up. At least for a split second, he slowed down. If he keeps going, maybe Jalen overthrows him again, but it's that question mark's going to be in the air.
Oh man,
so
oh man.
before it becomes a problem, I'm just saying right now, before it becomes a problem, you may want to move him.
I had no idea we were going to get to that part of
Yeah.
that. Wow.
Yep.
I was going a different route. I was making the assumption that both guys were trying to catch the ball. They didn't really know that the other was there as much. But AJ realized after, when the guy is laying on top of him and they don't have the ball, I just am asking the question. I was saying, you know what? Okay, let's pretend AJ Brown and him, there's no beef. We called AJ Brown game's coming. Here it goes. This is his moment. He had an okay game, but in that moment, I'm asking, like, was he in his head thinking, "Get the fuck out of my way"? Right? Like, get the
Maybe.
fuck out of my way. You fucking
Maybe.
like
Maybe, but
they were
dude,
both
Devontae had the better shot.
either way.
Devontae had the better chance.
Devontae Smith got higher. And if AJ
Mhm.
Brown's not there, you could make the argument Devontae Smith catches that ball.
Catches
and it
it.
is the Devontae Smith game. When we come out here and we're like, fucking Philly can't be beat. They just got too many weapons. But instead, we're asking the question, is this receiving core, is there a problem? Are you trading AJ Brown to the Raiders for Jacoby Myers and 2 first-round picks?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I would go that far.
Send him to the Raiders.
You don't. Well, I don't know. He would probably want to veto that, but I don't think that there's any beef there really,
Don't either.
but if you're an outsider and you're just looking at the way it played out, knowing the drama that's been going on, and AJ Brown has gone on social media and he's put out those messages and everything that are just like a little cryptic.
Yeah.
And it's like, do I want this to become a cancer in my locker room? If you're Nick Sirianni, you need to go up to him and say, okay, look, if you have a problem, we need to air it out right now. If you don't have a problem, then we're good to go. But
Yeah.
the cryptic tweets, the Instagram posts, your actions on the field, that shit's got to stop. Or they may not have a choice, but they may just have to move him before it becomes a problem.
You're on fire. You're cooking, bud.
Oh, I got the vapors.
Also, I would say that the media, we're fanning the flames, right? We're fanning the flames. There might be very little of a problem, but it is hard for me to believe that that game didn't end about as bad as it possibly could for the psyche of the Eagles when you had corrected like the first road bump. And of course, yeah, they lost. But the first road bump that we were just talking about, hey, they fixed this, they fast start, they got the running game a little bit, hey, they're doing a tush push, they're doing the defense, all the special teams, and it was like, all right, we need a receiving game. And then it ended about as bad as it could have ended. Otherwise, it was going fine. Like it was going fine. You'd have said that they corrected it, especially they catch that ball. It's just like amazing. But
yeah, all is forgiven if he catches that ball.
If DeVonta Smith is by himself, if AJ Brown is by himself, and they just miss it, then it's okay. The fact that they were in the same exact spot, you cannot convince me that there isn't something there now. I put something or nothing. It's something.
Yeah.
You didn't want there to be.
There's got to be.
There is.
But yeah, you don't want to just look at that whole entire game and just think, okay, it's AJ Brown's fault that they lost the game. No, there were two plays where he was involved in that he made a negative impact on the game. The one thing that I look at is why in the Sam hell is Saquon carrying the ball 6 times? Why does he only have 6 carries? Is he hurt?
He was marked.
Is he got an injury?
I seen he was marked questionable yesterday.
Yeah, but he wasn't questionable going into the game, I don't believe.
No.
But I mean, if you want to give him a game off if you're worried about him, because I know he was the workhorse last year.
Yeah.
And they went all the way to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So he may be exhausted a little bit.
Yeah.
Give him a game off.
If
you need to give him a game off, give him a game off.
That they brought Tank Bigsby in to help him out and keep him fresh.
Yeah.
I kind of thought they
and AJ Dillon, yeah.
And AJ
you got 2 guys. You got the Quadzilla. Give him some work.
Yeah.
Saquon does not have to be a 20, 25 carry a game guy every week. Yeah. If it's working, then it's working. Feed the dude. But to only have 6 carries, granted he had some catches and he had a touchdown reception, but damn. If he's only going to be running the rock 6 times,
that's barely a
problem.
Quarter, right? That's too low.
Yeah, that's their bread and butter.
Yeah.
You got to have the run to open up the pass. Maybe that's what it is. But I'm not going to say everything is AJ Brown's fault, and I'm not going to say you have to put this game at his feet. But you definitely want his attitude to get figured out, and you want to make sure that he's on the same page with everybody, because if you're going to get these backhanded comments and everything, you saw it with Antonio Brown. Is he going to be going down that road of, my mentals are a little bit off, so I'm going to sabotage the whole entire team? That's what the media is going to be dragging it out to be. They're going to look at it and say, well, AJ Brown's doing what he can to make his voice heard and to say it's either my way or the highway.
Yeah. Last name Brown. Maybe that's just a bad juju. The Browns are the Browns. Browns will brown. Maybe that's it.
Browns are going to brown.
They're going to brown. I don't know. The Bo fumble. Let's get to some other stuff. The Bo fumble. Dude, I think that's the one they called right when they hit his hand. They called it I think they called it incomplete. I think that was a fumble. Yeah. I really do. They're saying that his hand went forward, but when you watch it, I'm like, When did it
It
go?
didn't look like the ball was making contact with his hand when it started to go forward. It looked like
Yeah,
it was loose.
yeah. I just thought
But
they hit him at his apex. All the way to the back here, they hit him here as
mhm,
he was about to go forward, and I'm like, they get a field goal out of that. They're calling it incomplete. I think it was a fumble. Turns out that was a big 3 points.
yeah.
I thought the
What about
defense.
Sean Payton's nuts to go for two there?
I was
That
about to
was that
say
was
that
ballsy.
the
Ballsy.
the defenses were excellent the whole game. This was a big showdown.
Yeah.
And the Broncos
Yeah.
going for two was like Sean Payton.
He's
Wow.
got them big old gorilla nuts, dude.
I mean,
He's doing something.
we will kill him when he makes choices that we're like, that was stupid. But he
Yeah.
makes these kinds of choices, and you're just like, when they're bad, they're bad. But when they're good, they're like, holy shit, you just beat the
Hmm.
Philadelphia Eagles because you got it. You fucking
Yeah.
got it, man.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Yeah. I was impressed. I believe that Sean Payton, if he wasn't a head coach in the NFL, he'd be a serial killer.
Yeah.
That dude is a sociopath.
I hated the roughing late hit call.
I hate every single roughing the passer call. I hate
Well,
it.
it wasn't. No,
I can't take it.
it wasn't the roughing the passer. It was the late hit for unnecessary roughness.
Oh, the late
In the
hit.
game.
Okay. Yeah.
That he was trying to get extra yards, and then he's like reaching out, and he kind of, as soon as he hits the ground and falls, the other guy had launched
It's like on
already
top of him. How
and
many
hit it.
times have we seen
And
that?
it happens a lot more than you think. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
in that moment, you just took a bunch of time from Philly. That's
Yeah.
not really the right call because the guy's already launched and he's reaching. And just what? Because he falls to the ground before that contact's made. Oh, it was unnecessary. The guy's already in the air.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is a bang
And he's
bang
diving
play.
forward. It's not like a slide and he's giving himself up.
No, he's trying to get extra yards.
Yeah, he's still a runner at that point.
I hated
But
that call.
but to call that it pisses me off when they call that, but then they don't call pass interference on what's his name there at the end of the game. Would have given them the ball inside the 5. You know, I mean, it's just that kind of shit really irritates me. Like you would call something goofy like that, but you won't call something blatant right in front of the side judge. He was right 5 feet away from it,
Yeah.
and you're gonna tell me that that was too bang bang? It's like no, that was pretty much bang bang. Like he was there a full second or two
Yeah.
before the ball was even close, and they're gonna try to say, "Well, it's an uncatchable ball." Yeah, it's uncatchable when you're getting murdered. You know, you can't catch the ball when the dude is spiking you into the ground like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, officiating this year has seemed to be pretty bad again. So, nobody watches this shit. Nobody goes to these games to watch you guys throw yellow flags on the field and then talk into a microphone.
Yeah.
Just stop it. Quit making the game about you. It's just ridiculous.
I agree. The one thing you can say, Denver's defense, Hurts 6 sacks. They really did a good job bottling Hurts up.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
they really made
Denver's
it difficult on Philly. Credit to Denver.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought they got some calls that definitely helped them win. But hey, we got a call that helped us beat them. It's a part of the game. It's frustrating. The call is like, it's not like they're absurd. The calls that are made, they're not absurd. The problem is the timing, the severity,
Consistency.
the consistency of it, which is really
That's my
frustrating.
problem.
You can't not call it in the second quarter and call it in the fourth, and you can't not call it for one team and call it for the other. That's just the biggest issue.
Yeah, that's my problem. If you're gonna call it, then call it. If you're make the calls, but don't hold your flags on the blatantly obvious ones.
Right.
That's the shit that you want to throw a flag on a iffy call. It could go one way or the other. It wouldn't make you mad. Okay, but the obvious shit, don't hold the flag for the obvious shit because that could have decided the game.
And
that could have given Philly an opportunity to win and remain undefeated.
And I don't want to advocate for the team that always wins to get a flag. We saw some bullshit for the Chiefs last year, the whole year. And we're like, they're just going to hand it to them. But Philly did have a couple things that went against them that I thought was a little bit rough.
Yeah.
The late great, I think his name was Dennis Allen of the Cardinals. If you want to crown him, then crown him.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Dennis Green.
Dennis Green. Dennis Green. You're right. Dennis
Green.
Allen was, I think, the
Yeah.
Raiders coach at one second. Dennis Green.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The greatest pissed off face.
Yes.
Walking off the field. I will always remember that. I'm running off the field, just pissed.
Kind of like
And
a Vince
greatest
Wilfork
presser of all time.
kind of face. Anyway, the next game. This game, I've got a lot to say about this game.
Yeah, I think we could just talk about the fourth quarter.
I put on there, you should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
You should be embarrassed. The Cardinals were up 21-3, and they found a lot of ways to lose this football game to the Tennessee Titans. You should be embarrassed.
Yeah. Did Kyler get a concussion from that snap? It looked like it knocked his ass through a loop there for about 5 seconds. Just
If he was 6'5", it'd have hit him in the chest.
Yeah, he went blank there for about 2 seconds. So I'm surprised they didn't make him take a concussion test. But what an exciting last few minutes.
Happened? What the fuck just happened? He's
looking around like, that had to have been probably the most exciting last 10 minutes of football that you could see. I mean, there was so much just randomness, fumbles, an interception, a fumble, the other team recovers for a touchdown.
Man.
I mean, running and this, I'm going to say this one time. If I'm a head coach in the NFL and you have a player who drops the fucking ball right before or right at the goal line, the only way you're going to get them to stop it, cut their ass right then and there. That will stop it, I think. Right now, I don't give a God. I don't care how mentally just on your own ass you are, how broken up you are about it. You're grown. You're a grown-ass man. You're a professional athlete. You're in the greatest sports league in the entire world. If you can't hold the fucking ball into the end zone and then drop the son of a bitch, you don't deserve to be on a goddamn roster. I'm sorry. But that has to be enough. And the only way you're going to get through to these dipshits is to say, your ass is gone. I don't care. Go in the locker room, leave your pads and your jersey at your locker. We're going to come and we're going to gut that shit and we're going to sell it on eBay. That's all we're doing. And maybe that will get these guys to finally stop doing that shit. You would think they would see A.D. Mitchell do that last week. And then everybody would be like, it's usually a good reminder, like, oh shit, yeah, I better mind my P's and Q's on this. The very next week, you get a guy who has a golden opportunity to make a name for himself, maybe earn a contract later with another team.
Or be the starting running back for the next month at least.
Yeah, right? A great run. He made a great play. And the only thing anybody's going to remember now is that dumbass dropped the ball right at the goal line and cost his team the win. He scores there. There's no way Tennessee comes back.
No.
And if I'm Jonathan Gannon, yeah, he's probably going to get fined for that. I'm not surprised that he did what he did. Jonathan I would have been hot. You would have had to peel me off of him. Ripped his ass, and deservingly so.
And I guess, so I don't know if anyone saw this, but James Harrison, he was talking about the game, and he
was hot, yeah.
He was hot, and he was like, look, if a coach ever come up to me after I made a big mistake like that, if he gave me a little gut punch as he walked away, because I guess Gannon kind of smacked him a little bit, or kind of just...
Yeah, it looked like he punched him.
And Harrison said that he would have threw a punch right at that coach right then and there. And I'm like, I get it. You're James Harrison. You're a badass, right? I get it. Nobody would have ever punched you. And you know what? That's even better than that. You would have never made that kind of bonehead play. You have had 70-yard fumbles in big playoff games, Super Bowl games. You're a star player, and you know how to not make that blunder. So in relation to, yeah, of course you're knocking the fucking coach out. You absolutely would. But you would have never made that mistake to begin with. And no one would have ever done that to you to begin with. And there's levels to it. And so for DeMercado, I picked the third string backup for Arizona up because I expect DeMercado is getting completely benched, if not cut. Um, you're not repairing that relationship in that moment. They lost to the Titans. They
Yeah.
missed. They had an interception. The guy falls on the ground with the ball as he starts to get up, slips out. Freaking Titans fall on the. They score a touchdown, and you're just like, how is this even happening? The Kyler fumble on his face mask, couldn't believe that. And the Titans played poorly. They played poorly. They really did. They went for it on 4th and 10 instead of kicking a 57-yard field goal. I get it. Joey Sly missed a couple long ones. He has the distance, and he can make 57-yarders, and they're like becoming so unconfident with themselves, then they still won this game. It is just so unbelievably embarrassing. The two top receivers were great. Ridley and Harrison were great. Harrison had one that he almost had, and it was so close.
Yeah, he's
But
coming back.
but Ridley, ice in their veins. What a play late. Catch that fucking like 35, 40-yard bomb, and they line up the field goal to beat the Cardinals. I can't even believe. And now we get Arizona. And honestly, I'm like, look, they're going to be looking to get right after that. But honestly, Colts, let's kick their ass for being that way with
Yeah.
the Titans. Like that, I can't even believe.
Yeah, I think Jesus had money on the Titans to cover. I think that's what happened. But
Wow.
yeah, we definitely they're gonna be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have to get on them and get on them early. And maybe they have enough of a hangover to that it carries over. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, right now, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think about the Cardinals. I mean, great job for the Titans. Way to fight back. Cam Ward gets his signature win, but he didn't play the greatest.
No.
But I mean, to get a win after you come out and call your team ass. So I mean that
They
he probably
responded.
he probably feels vindicated, yeah. But I mean, if you're the Cardinals right now, you're just demoralized,
Yeah, I agree.
just bad.
Uh, Going on to the next game.
Game of the week,
I just put wow.
maybe game of the year, man. I mean, this
Wow.
was amazing.
Oh,
What a just haymaker after haymaker. Sorry, haybaker.
hey Baker.
You
Hey,
know,
and it was 13-0 Tampa early.
yeah.
And then Seattle 2-minute drill just to end the half, touchdown, open the drive, touchdown, all of a sudden 14-13. You're like, oh shit.
This is
They
a
had
game.
outplayed them the whole time, and it
Oh,
just swung like a dime.
yeah, it was fun watching, kind of having red zone there and looking at it. It's like it seemed like every 2 minutes they were going back to Tampa and Seattle.
Yeah.
Just leave it here. Don't break away. Just leave it here. And it was nice. I mean, Sam Darnold, probably the best game I've ever seen him play. Holy shit,
He was
was he
so
amazing?
good.
And
He was so
you
good
got
until the very end.
Baker talking shit to the 12th man before the game. Oh man, I want these two. I want these teams to play every year. I want them to play each other at least once.
You have to admit though, Darnold and Seattle deciding to be aggressive late, and he throws a pick that helps them line up the field goal. It's like what a shit little spot on what was an amazing afternoon of football for him.
Yeah,
He was fantastic.
I'm not gonna. It was the mistake that costed them the game for sure. But I'm not gonna take away all the other throws that he made and the great game that he had.
Mm-hmm.
But I think even though they lost, I think it solidified Seattle as a top team in the NFC. For sure. They're going to be a hard out for anybody.
I would argue that maybe one of the ways they could have, you say, lost the game, with Darnold playing as good as he was, maybe don't have Jalen Milroe in there pitching it to Kenneth Walker. Maybe not.
That's the shit that I can't stand. I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Yeah, if you want to have a package, if you're having trouble moving the ball, but they didn't have trouble moving the ball at all.
They sputtered in the first half, obviously, right? First quarter, halfway through the second, they were having a little trouble. Once they started going, they did not have any trouble. It really almost messed up the rhythm.
It did.
And so like what we were saying, AR, you don't just because you have a package of plays, you got to know when to use them too. That's very
Yep.
key. And that wasn't the right time. That's something you actually would have tried in the first quarter when you guys were struggling a little. Not
Yep.
third quarter, not when you're actually rolling now. Don't do that. Like that's where I think you could argue maybe they lost the game. Both QBs were awesome, and Ibuka, God man, every
How
week
good is he, man? How
every
good is he?
week. I mean, I when this season's done, we're not going to be talking, well, he's the rookie of the year. We're going to be talking how high up as a receiver is he in the league. Like we're going to be saying where we put him at. Do we put him at 10? Do we put him at 15? Like we're going to be talking how high are we going to put him after 1 year because
Yeah,
he's money. He's poised.
he is, man.
He just looks so hungry. Like he's been waiting for a moment his whole life, and he's like he's taking it. Like he's not
Yeah,
letting nothing
both
happen.
both of those Ohio State boys
Mm-hmm.
on each team, man. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
holy shit,
Yeah.
they were there. It looked like they were. I think that they were just going at each other. They were just trying to one up each other. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I see you. I see you.
Smith
I'll
and
watch
Jigba.
this.
Smith and Jigba is a stud too. Um,
Oh man, so good.
Mayfield, man, he is clutch, and he is starting to
Yeah,
carve himself out a season.
yeah.
Ooh, his
You
MVP
have to
speech
have
was
him in the top three of MVP right now. He has to be a top three
he's got
in
Mike
the
Evans
MVP
out,
race.
he's got Bucky Irving out, and he is just
Still clutch.
oh so good.
So money. He is money. For all four of their wins have been come from behind. If that isn't a fucking clutch, most valuable player, then just throw the goddamn award away. Just throw it away.
Yeah, if anything, they do have a clutch award, and it's definitely got to be Baker because that's what it feels like every single game. He's going to win you the game in the end. Every
Yeah.
single game, it feels that way. They're awesome. They're 4-1. I mean, and when you have a guy like Darnold on the other side, he had one where he stepped up into the pocket and was about to get hit, and he lasered one to Torrey Horton. And I was just like, look how good Darnold is. And it's like, Mayfield's even better.
It's even better. It's almost like having you if you're a fan of theirs back in the day, it's almost like having Tom Brady with the ball with a minute left or Peyton Manning with the
Yeah,
ball with a minute left. It's like, okay, well, if Baker's got the ball, there's a minute left. We're gonna win the game.
too much
But
time.
he's gonna do. There's too much time for him on the
Yeah.
field. He is too clutch, and
Mhm.
he's not making mistakes. He's only got one interception this year, so he's being cautious with the ball, but he's also making big plays.
Mhm.
That that's a rarity right now, where you try to go big and you don't get picked off. So he's making it. He's making it work, and it's beautiful thing to see.
Yeah. Baker, he just seems like he wants it bad. And I
Yeah.
didn't touch on this before. In the Philly game, I don't know if anyone noticed, but Jalen Hurts, when he threw his Hail Mary, he took off running as if he was going to somehow be involved in making a catch or a play to get to get the win. That's that heart. And for me, Baker, he just has the heart and the will to win. Like he just I don't know, it's just different when you see a guy playing well. Daniel Jones, he's playing methodical, he's playing focused. It's different.
Yeah.
For Baker, it's like he woke up feeling dangerous, right? Like he said way back, he's got the moves, the grooves. He's just like, all right, let's go. You got 50 seconds, let's get it. Like you gotta give him some credit, man. I was talking with a friend, and the coaching staffs, they're going to have to be the first to go from now on. When you draft a quarterback high, you're going to have to go through at least one or even two coaching staffs because what we've seen in the past few years now, it is the ineptitude of the coaching staff to unlock the quarterback's
Yeah.
potential. You're seeing
Yeah.
Darnold and Baker and Daniel Jones and all these guys every year. Geno even at one point went to Seattle.
Jones.
Mac Jones, every guy that was first round quarterback, hey, he's kind of good, second round, whoever, they're changing teams and becoming successful. And that's the coaching staffs and the organizations where they're at before. You're going to have to,
Yeah.
when you take a Colts, take an AR. If you never figure out what to do at quarterback, and if we could have stunk and not had Daniel Jones, You're having to fire Steichen. You're having to fire. No trade AR. You keep firing the coaches until you find the guy to unlock the potential, because what we're seeing now is the quarterbacks are good enough and they just have to be in the right spot. The coaches have to know
Yeah.
how to do it. So just
Yeah.
saying, we're
You
going
got to
to.
start. I think you're going to have to start punishing the GMs and everybody for not putting the right staff around them,
Yeah.
and the coaches for not making the right hires as well. So stop blaming the player and stop giving up on the player so quick. I think maybe this will be a wake up call for hopefully the owners to see. It's like, okay, well, why is this guy rated so high, but we're not getting anything out of him?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it happen too many times. What does Kevin O'Connell do different from everybody else? What does Kyle Shanahan do that's different from everybody else? What does Sean Payton do? It just seems like these guys are all able to get a lot out of the potential,
Mm-hmm.
and they make it work.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of want to step back and maybe look at Mike McDonald and look at Sean McVay and look at Kevin O'Connell. It's like, what do these guys have around them
Mm-hmm.
that makes these guys so good when everybody gave up on them? And you see the picture of Darnold and Baker both in Carolina together, and it's like, okay, well, shit.
What did you do?
Everybody was ready to throw them in the trash.
Now,
And
I'm the guy, I've seen a lot of Bryce Young, and I'm the guy that's like, you know what? He's not going to be good until he goes somewhere else, right?
yeah, it's going to take somewhere else.
He's going to go to
Some
a
places
San
just
Fran.
don't have it.
Yeah, he's going to go to a San Fran or a Seattle or a Cincinnati. He's going to go somewhere else in some weird situation, and then he'll look pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, just saying, total indictment. We don't have a quarterback problem of busts. We don't have quarterback busts. We have GM and head
Development.
busts.
Yeah. You have development problems.
Yes, completely. All right. Moving on the next game. The Lions Bengals, it was bad. I put not that close. It was 28-3 at one point. It was a shellacking. The Bengals obviously traded for Joe Flacco. I don't think that makes any damn sense. Browning's not the problem. If you were to trade your life savings for a Trent Williams or something, then I'd say, oh, okay. Like, that makes sense. Like, you're trying to get a lineman. To get a different quarterback who's even less mobile, that makes no sense for me. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, why do you do that right now?
Why wouldn't you go get Russell Wilson? Why Joe Flacco? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Like, what was the mentality? The price? I don't know. For me, I'm like it never happened. It's almost irrelevant of a move.
Yeah, it's like we were just talking about. I mean, that whole organization just seems inept.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts with the GM, dude. It starts there. You're not bringing in the right people. You're not making the right draft picks. You're not going after free agents. You're not doing enough to secure your investments.
Yeah.
You're not doing enough.
If you're an assistant GM from some of these top teams, in Philly or where, I mean, Philly would be a good example. There's so many talented players on their defense, young.
Yeah.
If you're the assistant, make a call to Cincinnati. You have pieces there, and you go get you a job, because they're going to fire Tobin, and then you're going to have some keys to a castle that only needs so much. They're probably a draft or so away from being a solid team. They just need an offensive line, and then you need to get some pass rushers.
Let me just say this right now. Cincy, call us. We will turn your team around. And I will work for $500K a year. You don't have to pay me millions. Give me $500K and Kevin $500K. We will turn that team around and we will earn a bag. Trust me. Because it's not hard to figure out what the problem is there.
Yeah, it really isn't. Now, it would be one thing if you're Tobin or whoever the hell, if you're whiffing on offensive linemen and defensive players over and over for 2 drafts in a row, 3 drafts in a row, I'd say, oh, well, I mean, you're just not doing a good job, but you're trying. You just don't know the talent evaluating. I'm just like you're just saying, we could walk in, we could evaluate what we need for the Cincinnati Bengals, and we would at least get some guys in the locker room. We could do that. Anybody could do that. A drunk man on the side of the road could walk in and do that. So Tobin's getting fired. I mean, it's
Has to.
that's it.
Has to. I don't know why he's still there right now. He should have
No.
been fucking fired already. As soon as Joe Burrow went down, done. Get the fuck out of my building right now. You're done. Give him an
We don't
indoor
know,
practice facility for Christ's sake.
and we don't know these guys from anybody, right? I don't know shit about him. I'm just pointing out the
I
fact
don't
that he's
want.
not good at his job, right? And that's just the way it
Very
is.
bad.
Just not good.
Very bad.
Oh, you can draft shiny toys. Oh, okay. Well, fucking Grigson, whoever the fuck we had, he could draft shiny toys too. He was, oh, hey, but guess what? He didn't pay attention to the trenches. He didn't
Nope.
pay attention to playmakers and pass rushers. He didn't evaluate talent in those areas. And all we had was all these shiny toys, and we couldn't do shit with them because we had no
Didn't do
trenches.
anything.
And the one
Yeah,
thing
because
you have
Andrew
to
Luck was getting killed every week.
and the one thing you could give Chris Ballard, it is his absolute focal point. Trenches. Big man,
Trenches.
doing big man things. You have to have
Big meaty men slapping meat, bro.
them. So anyway, going into the game here, Hendrickson had a sack fumble early. You're like, oh, okay. The only good player on the whole defense making a play. Good job.
Yeah.
Browning threw a pick from his own end zone. I could see why maybe that's why they're getting him benched. But that's again not really all him. They got bailed out on a safety, which was BS. Then they later get a safety, which I was like, poetic justice.
Yep.
Um,
I was highlight of the game though is David Montgomery's sister.
oh,
Highlight of the
I
game.
didn't
That
see
was
her.
such a beautiful thing.
Wow.
Such a beautiful thing. Now she was in a car accident and left her paralyzed, so it kind of hits home a little bit with me.
Okay.
But to see David Montgomery get to throw a touchdown pass and with his sister at the game, and then later score a rushing touchdown, that was really cool to kind of see. And then I saw a highlight that they had the Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery tied 14 games where they both had a rushing touchdown or scored a touchdown. So they tied Daryl Johnson and Emmitt Smith for the most all time. That was pretty cool to see.
I was about to ask what they tied because I heard something. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was really cool to see. So I'll quit blabbing about that though. But I just wanted to put that out there because I know we're running out of time a little bit, but
no, you're good.
I didn't want to take up too much more.
I texted you. You're good. No, look at your text. Anyway, so the Montgomery pass was really good. Chase was awesome there for a second. He had back-to-back touchdowns. He was awesome for a second.
Kevin, that's your balls.
I know. Anyway, so if Chase isn't an LSU Tiger like Joe Burrow, I would honestly be like, free Chase. But that's not going to happen. They're buds. That I wouldn't do that. But I know that money is a little bit of a problem, and if you're going to get a new GM, anything is possible. But really, as a fan, I really don't want Chase and Burrow to get split up on some weird stuff. No offense to T. Higgins. No offense to other guys that make a lot of money. I would rather something happen there because I just enjoy the Chase Burrow conversation. It's good for football. I like that. It makes college and pros intertwine and mean something. It just feels good. So no, I don't want that to happen. But yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I don't either. I want to keep it, but you got to make dramatic moves in Cincinnati now.
They did.
Yeah.
The next game we have, you got this one. This is the one that gave it to you. You got the Tampa game on Seattle, which that was a hellacious game, right? I'm not mad. Well, I almost got it, right? Washington. Yep. The freaking Chargers were up 10-0, and I just put on here for this, momentum is real. 27 unanswered points to beat the Chargers in LA. Cross country flying, and 27 unanswered. Like Daniels finally got his rhythm, and they just cruised on to victory.
Yeah, I don't like picking against my favorite coach of all time.
Yeah,
but something about it just gave me the way they lost to the Giants just gave me ick vibes, and I just figured Washington would use the spark of Jaden Daniels coming back, and they would probably beat him. I didn't see him winning by 17.
Yeah, it was a good
but
call.
I figured they would probably pull it out.
Yep. They had an offsides play early, turns into a touchdown. That really killed. The Johnston fumble, that one killed them. They were driving.
That hurt.
They were driving
Yeah, that
early.
hurt.
They were getting going to go up even more. Fumbles.
Yeah.
Washington. After that, I feel like Washington started getting their rhythm and just kind of crushed their momentum. I thought. The punt touchdown to McConkey was called back. God, that was
Dagger, yeah,
come
that
on.
hurt. And Justin Herbert led the team in rushing. That you don't want that. You
No,
don't want that.
Hampton got
That's not a
himself
winning
hurt.
recipe.
Hampton got himself hurt. So it's going to probably be your boy Hassan Haskins.
Oh, get ready, world.
And and
My boy.
I'm going to bring it back up again. Is it not looking more and more likely that the Chargers could be in the deadline for an RB? I mean, are we
Yeah.
are we really good at this? Like,
We're talking it into existence.
we said
Yes.
stuff about the Ravens. We've said a lot of things that in a lot of ways, the Giants beating the Chargers. We've made a lot of calls that a lot of people would have been like, I don't think so. We were early on Kamara ball. And I'm just telling you, the Hampton going down after Najee, and Hampton's going to be out for a few weeks. The door is starting to swing wide open.
Yep. Well, I don't quit on Hassan Haskins. He's a
Haskins
very
is awesome.
capable running back.
He is.
Very capable, and especially in a hardball system. But, buddy, you want to do something. And Kamara's still got some in the tank, and obviously New Orleans is favoring Kendre Miller a little too much. So
He's cheaper.
I don't want to say I told you so.
What other running backs are available right now? I mean, it just you heard it
No
here
good ones.
first on the J and K show. I'm just saying.
Yep. You did.
Um,
Have fun with picking up Zeke Elliott out of the soup kitchen.
Luke McCaffrey bomb. Dude's good. The Luke McCaffrey's
Yeah.
good. Give him some credit. He's awesome. They get a
Give him some
field
PT.
goal. The pick at the goal line was a crusher, obviously. And the 4th and 7 touchdown, 6-minute drive with the end of the game on the line. Commanders just, you thought the Chargers were going to be able to maybe have one more shot at something. Commanders just kind of went right down their throats late in the game and took 6 minutes off the clock. And I was just like, wow. Herbert sacked 5 times. The Commanders really just, their will, like I said, momentum, they just, all phases of the game just
It's real.
flip the switch.
Yep. It's real.
Is there anything you had wrote down for that game?
My only takeaway was Herbert leading the team in rushing, and it was you can't have that.
No.
So yeah, Hampton goes down. You don't like to see that, but I mean, you don't want your most valuable guy to go down because he's running. So yeah,
So yeah,
going
that
on
was
till
funny.
Sunday night.
That's what put me into. If you checked earlier in the show, the mouse ears. That game put me into that. Now there's like a hair tie stuck in my hair. I'll deal with that later. Anyway, the Sunday night football game. Again, it's another one of those things where we said here first. Jay called it first. He said the second best team in that division, I think, is clearly, he said, the Patriots. Statement made is what I put. What a game.
What a game.
Drake May.
Stephon Diggs coming home.
Stephon Diggs, emotional. I noticed from the start of the game, I was like, either he just poured an entire thing of water on him or he is so sweaty already. The game isn't even, he's in warm-ups and he was completely drenched with liquid. I'm like, either it's water or sweat. I don't know.
Well, remember that questionable pink substance that he had on the boat.
Anyway. There was a lot of fumbles in this game early. It seemed like neither team could hold on to the ball. Buffalo especially couldn't. They had a late.
Those whiteout jerseys were awesome too.
Yeah, they had a late hit on Cook with no whistle. Thought that was.
Of course.
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit. Oh no, I'm sorry. I remember the wrong play. This play I put. They called a late hit on Cook. The referees hadn't blown the whistle. He was on the ground, but his knee hadn't really been down, or there was a chance that his knee wasn't down. The referees hadn't blown the whistle yet, and the other player hit him, and they blow the whistle at the time the hit happens, and then they throw the flag on dude, and I'm like, okay, hold on. These late hits after the play's over, bullshit. it looked like he might not be down. There was a possibility. And for that guy, I'm like, why wouldn't he hit him? There's no whistle. You play until the whistle. What, he's supposed to be like, yeah, he's down, but the whistle never happens. Cook gets up, fucking scores a touchdown. Like, come on. The referees are this late hit thing. They need to be more considerate of like, okay, is it late or is it? Because that's different.
They're definitely not being consistent, and it's pissing a lot of people off, me included.
Yeah.
So I mean, what should have been a great game is still marred by bad calls.
Then that one favored Buffalo, and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Diggs, Stevenson, and May were awesome. I mean, I just thought they played so good. I just feel like it was those three guys the whole game doing well. Hunter Henry doing well. I was just like, man, Stevenson didn't run the ball very well, but 2 touchdowns after his fumble.
Did what counted. Yeah, he put points on the board. So
he's had 3
it doesn't
fumbles.
always matter how many.
3 fumbles in 2 games, but he still had 2 touchdowns late to win the game.
Yep.
That
was a good game.
I have a little bit of a rant that I'm going to go on with something with the Buffalo. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, I want to hear this.
Okay. Did you guys, I don't know if anyone noticed, the helmets for Buffalo were very like silvery. And I was like, how poetic. I put on here silver symbolism. Everything about Buffalo is silver. Never gold, silver. They were the second best team that night. They have B receivers, not A receivers. They have B receivers. Their whole tenure as a Super Bowl team is second place. And Allen was the second in QBR behind Daniel Jones. Everything you look at, second. They like embrace the silver symbolism. If Buffalo doesn't change their helmets, they're going to lose in the Super Bowl. I'm making that bold take right here. If they do not change their helmets to their regular blue or change them to gold and blue,
the gold.
They're going to lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I did like those whiteout jerseys they had, though. The Cardinals' ones looked like tortillas, but, the Bills, I think, did it right. They look pretty cool. The helmets were kind of stupid.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Their B receivers are nice. I like their B receivers. Shakir's nice. Keon Coleman's nice. Curtis Samuel can be nice. Joshua Palmer can be nice. Like, they're all B receivers. They don't have
they're 2s on other teams. Yeah, they're good 2s.
They're all
good 2s and 3s.
But they're not a 1.
They're not even 1s. Their former 1 beat the shit out of them.
That's what I was about to say. They had a 1, and they let them off the hook.
Yep.
Anyway. All right. Monday Night Football. Wow. I really didn't think that was going to happen. We both picked Kansas City. Wow. The Colts and Jacksonville, they're in a little bit of a heater of a division right now.
They always have to mirror us, and I don't know why. When we're good, they're good. When we're shit, they're shit. God damn it, Duval, figure it out. Let us have one.
A lot of good plays made in that game. I start off with the beginning. What is a pick play? And then we got on that in the very beginning of the show with Tyler Warren, because I'm like, you're going to call us on every pick play we do. You're calling us on a little shove. Then Kansas City very clearly runs a pick play. He very clearly didn't, oh, whoopsie daisy, I didn't mean to get in your way. He very clearly went in and blocked the guy. And then Mahomes runs over there, and he's like, and then all of a sudden,
only 1 yard. It was only 1 yard. Oh,
you should do that shockingly well.
That's pretty good.
Oh, catch up on my steak. Oh.
What is a pick play? I thought a pick play was
what Juju Smith-Schuster did was a pick play, and then they swallowed the flag. I'm telling you.
The
bullshit
into the guy, then it's a pick play. If you run your deal and you try to like avoid him, you get in his way, but you're like, you try to avoid him, then it's like a rub, right? It's done correctly. He didn't try to avoid him. He went right at him and blocked him. He like turned his body as if he was like, oh, I'm ready. You just blocked him.
Yep. And he was a good 3 yards away. So.
You can look.
I don't want to hear that shit.
You can look awful good when you're allowed to cheat.
Yep, absolutely.
And I don't give a shit. They aren't the Chiefs. They're the cheats.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then they missed another blatant pass interference later in the game. Dude just like straight up freaking cold cock. I think it was Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
And I was like, where's the flag on that, bud? But
Yeah.
they don't get it. But what a hell of a catch he made later on, though, to make him pay.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
The Trevor Lawrence touchdown that they didn't call, I actually think that maybe he did cross the plane before they knocked the ball out. I felt like
it was so close. I don't think you can overturn it, though. You had to go with the call that was on the field at the time. You can't. I just don't think they could overturn that.
Yeah. When they slowed it down, I just thought, damn, I think that might be. It didn't feel like the ball up here and the line to gain. It didn't feel like it was on the edge. It felt like it was just a little bit over to me.
It was right there. It was a couple blades of grass in, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was too close to call. I mean, it's one of those. They're always going to stick with the call on the field because we can't make a bad call.
Yeah. Well, I mean that. I get it. You try to get it right the first time, obviously, but don't say you got it right the first time. Cause, wait a minute.
Assholes. Just assholes.
Remember back when they used to say the play is confirmed or the play is stands as the differences? I don't even feel like they really say it that way anymore.
Yeah.
I think they just say the call on the field stands every time. I feel like I haven't heard confirmed in a while. Anyway, the Chiefs look really different this year compared to last few years. Their offense is all Mahomes. He led their team in rushing again. And he's doing it deliberately. If you watch the Chiefs play now, they are deliberately like, he's going to go back to pass, and he's kind of looking after like read 2 is, do I have a lane or not? Like I feel like
for a lane,
he's being intentional. I don't know if he's getting that from Jalen Hurts in Philly. Hey, I need to put this in my game. He is intentionally running. He's going to fuck around and finish with probably 400 or 500 yards rushing at the end of the year, I feel like. He's probably going to have three, 4, maybe even 5.
Yeah, he's come a long way since he played Darlene on Roseanne. Find a picture and put it right down here because everybody's going to see that and laugh.
All right.
I'll send you a meme or something.
All righty. Anyway, obviously, I think that the play of the game that we talked about it. We didn't really expect any turnovers to really help Jacksonville, or Devin White's going to get basically 100-yard pick 6 to swing that game so on its head that Jaguars. I mean, that was unbelievable. They were fixing the score and put them away.
Yeah, well, I need to go on a little bit of a rant myself here before we finish up here about that.
Okay.
When I sent you the picture of the hierarchy here, and he has the Chiefs at fucking 5.
Colin Cowherd.
It's whatever. Okay, I don't really give a shit anymore. He's wrong. Fine, whatever. But he says if the Jags and the Chiefs play again, Patrick Mahomes doesn't throw a pick 6 to Devin Lloyd. So he's like, he just didn't see him. He didn't see him. No shit. It's called a disguise, dipshit. He made a play on the ball, and Mahomes didn't see it. Superman couldn't look through the fucking wall and see what was going on. Mm-hmm. Mahomes doesn't make that mistake ever. So this year is different. They're fucking 2-3. They are sub 500. They have no reason to be in anybody's top 10, let alone 5th. Holy shit. You're telling me they're a top 5 team in the NFL right now. Get fucked. They just are not.
They have.
And I'm sorry, but they're good. They're still in the top half. They're probably the best 2-3 team that there's ever been. But they are not their normal self. There's something wrong there. Maybe they'll get better when Rice gets back, but right now those guys are grade A shit.
I that's fair. They have them 5th. The teams they're behind: Lions, Bucks, Broncos, Eagles. Yeah. I would argue that Broncos at 3 feels too high, but it's interesting how Cowherd would put Broncos ahead of Eagles. But then turn around and know that when we had beat them, they put them ahead of us. What?
And he had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to put the Colts at 10 and then say this is one of the most talented rosters in the league. watch out for Indianapolis. They are so good. Then why in the goddamn hell do you have them at 10? If they're so damn good, why don't you have other people behind them?
Obviously, if
It's just
you're
I can't take that son of a bitch seriously anymore.
yeah,
He's
I'll
definitely going through some sort of dimension.
I'll put it down below what the rankings are, just the picture of the ranks. You can take the Chiefs out, obviously. Most people would say yes. I told Jay before the show, it's a dynasty pick. It isn't about what
Mhm.
they're doing now because no person in their right mind would put them in the top 10. That's asinine.
Yeah.
It has no business being a part of the conversation. They're put in the top 10 because of what they have done. Now, that's his choice. He can be wrong. That's
Yeah.
fine. The other teams that he has Green Bay at 6, Buffalo at 7, 49ers at 8, Rams at 9. I'm okay with the Rams being ahead of the Colts
I'm
because
okay with that. Yeah. They beat us.
the
That's fine.
49ers, the Green Bay Packers, I think there's some debate there
Mhm.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I would say we probably should be 8-7 or 8 because
Mhm.
you shouldn't have the Chiefs ahead of us, and you maybe shouldn't have Green Bay or San Fran ahead of us. That's just me.
Yeah.
If you want to put Denver higher now that they've beaten Philly, that's fine. It's annoying that you already had them ahead of us when we beat them. Whatever. So now you can't put them behind us. So that's fine. I don't even think they should be ahead of Philly. Are we really leaving here after that game saying, you know what, Denver's a better football team? I don't know that we would say that.
No, I just think Philly had a really bad day at the office.
But yeah, why the Colts aren't maybe 8 or 7? It doesn't make sense. It's okay if you don't put them ahead of Buffalo, but they're the Chiefs. It's obvious that they shouldn't be on the list. It's clear.
Shouldn't be.
Going back
Ran
into
over.
it, 3-0 on sacks. That's pretty wild. The Chiefs get more sacks on them. The Chiefs have more penalties, 13 penalties, and then that PI that they got away with, and they still lose the game. And
Yep.
Lawrence, I mean, we've all seen the play. Lawrence fell down twice on the same damn play. Chris Jones, he just stood there
Scratching his
like, well,
balls.
I'm filling my gap. Chris Jones is like, I'm here. I don't know if he just thought that the play was going to be ruled dead or that someone was going to touch him before he could get up, but he didn't make effort on that play at all. It's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, of course Lawrence scored a touchdown. At least 4 or 5 Chiefs really weren't even in position to do anything. Especially Chris Jones, he's just
Yeah.
standing there.
Standing there, gave up. Just not doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you're making a shitload of money.
To just
Run somewhere.
I don't know. That was pretty
I don't get it.
wild. Jaguars are for real. Travis
They
Hunter
are
looked
for
great
real.
at times. I mean, I can't say too much bad about Jags. They got the turnover they needed in the game. In fantasy football, they had almost no points for their defense, even though they scored a touchdown,
Yeah,
100
big six, yeah.
because they
Yeah.
had no sacks. They had no yard stoppages. They allowed nearly 500 yards. They had no
Yeah.
real reason to win the game, but believe it or not, they
They
got
did.
the fucking takeaway to win the game. Wow.
Yep. Their defense scored points, and Cohen's got that. He's got that cheat system ready. So
Oh, you
it
think
worked
he was
again.
throwing signs again?
Hell no. I think he's surprising everybody, and he's turning out to be one hell of a football coach, man. He's right now coach of the year, I think, right now.
Yeah, that might be a good
Maybe him and
segment for
Steichen
this.
are a little bit, 1 and 1A, but
Mhm.
I would probably give the nod to Cohen right now. They're playing really well.
Yeah. I would say we probably came in, people thinking the Colts had maybe a little bit better roster than the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're both
Absolutely.
4-1, so he's doing more
Yeah.
with less, at least seemingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. And you might even have to give some to the Bucks. Was it Todd Bowles?
Todd Bowles, yeah.
Todd Bowles, 4-1.
Yeah. Well, they're finding ways to get behind late in games, so I mean that might hurt a little bit, but
Might hurt a little.
still coming back, and you're 4-1.
It's wild to think the Colts and the Jags will not play for another 6-7 weeks or something.
Yeah,
Um,
good. I don't want to see them anytime soon. I don't. I want to let some stuff play out. You know what I mean? It's just
yeah,
they're always close, and they're always a really hard competitive game. So yeah, I want some more people to beat up on them for a little bit before we go play them.
yep. All right, guys. Well, that's our show. Um, Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking and subscribing. We're having fun, so keep up the good nature and everything, and we'll be bringing you more segments. We might have to do a Coach of the Year segment and some other segments coming up. So,
Absolutely.
yep. Thank you guys, and
Comment, 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 comment. We want to talk to you.
yes, we will respond. See you later.
Absolutely.